Welcome back to V Fills. My name is V Hernandez, and today we're going to be doing song number 3, and it's going to be Bad Bunny's third song of the tour, El Último Tour del Mundo, which is Hoy Cobré. Again, the purpose of this channel is to break down popular Spanish songs for those that do not understand Spanish or do not know the true meaning of all these Spanish different words, because in each region the Spanish varies, okay? There's different diction and stuff like that. So as I mentioned, we're gonna be starting with Hoy Cobré, and let's start off with the first little verse, and it says, Hoy cobré y hoy mismo lo voy a explotar. Ey, el precio ni lo voy a preguntar. Fumando en la Gucci, nadie lo va a notar. So right here, a lot of stuff going on. Number one, he's saying, today I got paid and I'm going to spend all of it today. And then he goes to say, I'm not even going to ask for the price. I'm just gonna buy it, because he has it like that. He's like, I don't have to check the price. I'm good. He's going to be smoking at the Gucci store, and nobody's gonna say anything, and nobody's gonna notice, because everybody's gonna be looking the other way, because he has so much money to spend there that they're not gonna tell him anything. Just like in the video where Snoop was in the video, and then they were like, the guy got fired for trying to tell Bad Bunny like not to smoke there. Just same thing, right? And then he goes on to say, estoy burlao, me tienen que soportar. So he's saying like, I'm such a savage that they have to like tolerate me. Again, just like in the video where he was like smoking at the Gucci store, and they just had to look the other way and just like let him be, right? And then that part goes on again. So we're just going to skip that, go on to the next segment, which is, sigan mintiendo pila que se les va a agotar. Sigo en la saque, yo no pienso rotar. Los reales con una mano los puedo contar. Tengo a los falsos en la mira, es cuestión de apretar. Again, a lot of good stuff here too. So he's basically saying, keep trying, keep putting some work, keep studying, put that energy out there, because it's not gonna last you too long. Like he's talking about the haters, right? And then he's saying, sigo en el saque, yo no pienso rotar. To me is like he's still in the game, like he is like serving the ball, and he's not planning on rotating or getting out of the game. I played volleyball in high school, so I took this as, when you're serving ball in volleyball, you're serving the ball, and if the more you keep serving the ball, that means that you're getting the points, right? If you don't rotate. So to me, he's basically saying like, I'm gonna keep playing this game, and nobody's gonna take me out of this game. That's my interpretation. Again, I could be way off, but that's how I felt that what he meant there. And then he says, los reales con una mano los puedo contar. This is such a Hispanic saying. My mom used to tell me this all the time. My mom used to say, your best friends, you could count them in one hand and you still have fingers left over. So I'm only saying that your true friends are only a few, that you have more fingers in your hand that left over. So he's again saying like lo real. So in español, in Spanish is los amigos se encuentran en una mano y te sobran dedos. So that's basically what my mom used to always tell me growing up, that you can't trust anybody or everybody, right? And then he says, los tengo los falsos en la mira, es cuestión de apretar. This you could interpret it in two different ways. The first way could be like, I'm looking at the haters, and I could just apply pressure and they will like fall off. Or he could be saying like, the fake ones, like the haters, like the not real ones, I have them as a target, and it's just whether I want to, hit the trigger or not, like that they're gonna fall off. So either way, same interpretation at the end, but just slightly different variations. Then he goes on to say, y les dimos a Curry y a Clay, se cayeron Golden State, hustling every day, y mírame cabrón, ahora soy rey. Here, a couple things. So he is making a reference to Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, who play for Golden State. And then he's saying that they're hustling every day. Look at me, soy rey. This could be either I don't know if he was saying like I am king, I am the king, or he's saying I am Ray, like Ray Allen from basketball. I'm gonna assume it could go either way because we're talking about basketball still. So I don't know. Either one, it fits either way, right? So I think he goes on to say, y en Miami soy LeBron con el 6, Casiano en PR para el 96. No entiendo lo que tú dices. What do you say? So, ya entendí. So basically he's saying like, in Miami, I'm like LeBron, like, but I'm wearing number 6, and 6 is the new jersey or the new number that LeBron is wearing in LA. So he's like, even though, LeBron did a lot of good stuff with the Miami Heat in Miami, he is starting a new era in LA with number 6, but that doesn't matter because he's still going to be who he is, being the best, even if he has a new jersey. And then when he says Casiano en PR para el 96, like Casiano is a basketball player who had like 5 championships from the Baloncesto Nacional, the Baloncesto Superior Nacional, so BSN. He is a basketball player, so he's basically saying like making a reference to a Puerto Rican basketball player. And then he goes on to say, and this basketball player, like he played from 1988 to 2008, and now he's a coach. So very long career. So he's saying like, I'm gonna be here for a long time. And then he's like, I don't understand what you're saying. Like, what are you saying? And then he's like, oh, I understand now. Because then he goes on to the next verse, and the next verse says, me están fronteando con una baby que yo ya le di. Fui para los billboards, para los Grammys y no te vi. Nah, soy leyenda, ninguno ha subido como yo subí. Hey, 1,000,000 per show, diablo ya me fui. Hey. So basically he's saying like, you're trying to flex on me with a girl that I already had. Like I already been there, done that. He's like, I went to the billboards, the Grammys, and I didn't even see you there. Like, I am a legend. No one has climbed to the top like I have. I'm making $1 million per show. I'm gone. Like, I'm out of your league. I'm so gone, right? And then he goes on to say, this is my favorite part of this whole song where he's saying, mándenme a buscarle otro pasaporte. Ustedes meten la presión pero en la corte. Dile a Pedro Navaja que tengo cuidado conmigo y no se corte. Que no hay quien me soporte. All right, this is why I love this section here. I love to travel, and when he's saying like, tell them to look for another passport, like he's saying that his passport has so many stamps that he's been traveling all over the world that he needs a new passport, and perhaps add on more pages to that passport, right? So I just think it's a great way to say, I've been traveling, I'm all over the world, like where have you been, right? And then he goes on to say, ustedes me meten la presión por la corte. He's like, yeah, you like are trying to apply pressure, trying to be like, pressure me, but it's only at court because you can't do it in real life or on your own with your skill set, right? Or your material is not that great. And then he's like, dile a Pedro Navaja que tenga cuidado conmigo y no se corte. I love this part too because Pedro Navaja is a song that came out in the late 70s, like 1978. And Pedro Navaja translates to Peter Blades or Blade. And he used to be a pimp in New York. And one of his women that he was pimping out essentially killed him. And he stabbed her because he was always with the blade. Like that's how he would take care of himself and take care of his woman. So he's basically saying tell Pedro Navaja to watch out with me because he might get cut, right? And then he goes on to say, no hay nadie que me soporte, like there's no one that could really stand me. Going on, and then he goes on to say, yo ya no uso prenda nada, pero si me da la gana me engancho todo el polo norte. Really awesome line too, because he's basically saying, he's like, I don't have to wear jewelry, I don't have to have chains on chains on chains or ice, but if I really wanted to, I will get all my jewelry and put it on, and it's gonna be colder than the North Pole, right? That's big. He's saying he has too much ice. And then he goes on to say, número uno, Billboard ya me me envió el reporte. So he's saying like he's been number one. He's gonna continue to be number one. The billboards already sent him the report saying that he is number one. And then he goes on to say, los veo de lejos y ninguno tiene el porte para ser estrella. Nah, todos siguen mis pasos, pero ni llena mi huella. Here, this part. Basically, he's saying like, I can see you from far away, but you don't have the ability or the demeanor to be a star like me. Like, you're so far away out of, like, not even in my league or not even in my universe, that you don't have what it takes to be at my level. And then he goes on to say, todos siguen mis pasos, pero no llenan mi huella. Again, he's saying like, everybody's following my footsteps, but no one is actually like be able to make an imprint or a print like I have. Like I'm gonna go down in history, but no one has ever done this or will ever do this like me. Like they're not, no le llegan a los, you know, a los tacones, basically, like ni a los tobillos, like saying like, you're not even nowhere near me. And then he goes on to say, saben que estoy en la disco cuando ven pasar más de 100 botellas. So this is basically the last line before he goes on to repeat porque hoy cobré and you know and so forth. But here is he's saying like they know that I'm at the club when they see more than 100 bottles being walked down to the dance floor, to the VIP area, whatever, right? So he's again, this song, very brief. I didn't take too long, but there's a lot of cool stuff going on, like he making reference to Pedro Navaja, basically saying like making references to this whole basketball people, like players, Curry, Klay Thompson, Acaciano, LeBron, etc. So I hope that you enjoy this video, enjoy the content. Hopefully you learned something new. Hopefully you liked what I had to say or how I felt he said. Again, there's a couple different ways that you could like interpret certain things. I am trying to stick with what the song says and keep it within that you know, content or that subject. So I hope that everyone has a great rest of your day. Enjoy this video, share this video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that little bell, and I am looking forward to song number 4. Stay tuned.